Other people's polls mean nothing. I mean, the AP preseason poll had Texas and Penn State 1-2, respectively. Now, neither are ranked. That's why we do our own polls here. The undisputed Big Ten football power rankings right here. Where's your team at? Locked On Big Ten starts right now.
You are Locked On Big Ten, your daily podcast on the Big Ten Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Big Ten. I'm Craig Sheeman, 40 years as a sports talk show host and play-by-play announcer, and I want to thank you for making us your first listen each and every day. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Hey, here's an idea. Hit that free subscribe button down below. That way you'll never miss a single episode. We're here every single day. And if you could share, follow, and like, that helps us out too. And did you know you can hype YouTube videos? Thank you very much. All right. Penn State and UCLA are the biggest movers up and down. We'll tell you where and how much. Where's your team at? And we'll take a peek at what we're going to do this weekend with our live doubleheader here on Locked On. But first, I'm going to put this on the screen. If you're on Apple or Spotify, I'll just describe the list I've got up here. I'll stay on screen with you here. But obviously, we're going to start with Ohio State at number one. They're number one in the country. They're number one in the Big Ten. We're not moving them from our power rankings right now. This was the number one scoring defense in the country going into last weekend, giving up 5.5 points a game. They only gave up 3. They got even better against Minnesota. Tough day for the Gophers. Julian Sayin' is opening up. He's collecting 300-yard passing games. Ryan Day's getting more comfortable with him. He looks like he's going to be a long-term solution at quarterback for Ohio State. I got Oregon at number 2, just like last week. They got it rolling right now. Dan Lanning, everything going in his direction. Very impressive win on the road, even though Penn State has not been impressive since. That was going in for a whiteout there, Beaver Stadium, coming out with a win. That's impressive. They have a bye. They take on another team coming up a bye, the team right below them on the list at Indiana. Indiana already has a top 10 win on its resume against Illinois. It has a tough road win at Iowa. They're ready to go. This is going to be a big one. So big that I think the winner of the Indiana-Oregon game will take on Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship. That's how big I think this game is this weekend. Then there are other teams trying to grab into that top 4 because I think 4 teams from the Big Ten are getting into the playoffs. So I've got to finish in the top 4. Michigan is up there right now. I moved them up 2 spaces this week after their win against Wisconsin. I have mentioned before, I don't think Michigan is quite hitting on all cylinders yet. I'm seeing a little bit of improvement each and every week. Of course, Bryce Underwood is showing improvement each and every week, and he is starting to get some chemistry with his big 6'5" receiver, Donovan McCulley. If they can keep doing that, that'll be the element that this Michigan offense needs. The ground game's fine. The receivers are dropping balls, though. That could cost them. I've got Washington sitting at number 5. I can't quite get them in there in the top 4. I had them 5 last week as well, and I think they were poised to jump in the top 4, but I'm a little nervous about what happened in the first half. They fly across the country. They go to Maryland. They fall down 20-0. And, this is after they had trouble scoring against Ohio State the week before. But then I got to give them credit at the same time because they won the game. They scored 24 unanswered points. I mean, I don't know what's more impressive, that they suddenly rolled off 24 points or the fact that they held Maryland to none from that point on and won this game. But that's a solid 5 there for Washington. Nothing to be ashamed of. They very much are part of the picture. I've got Illinois moving up 1 to number 6. And they were destroyed by Indiana, but they have bounced back. They got that win against USC with the late field goal, the win against Purdue. I think they finally figured out whatever was wrong that one night in Bloomington. I still think this is a very, very good football team. I got Illinois at number 6. I've got USC moving up 1, coming off a bye earlier, that win against Michigan State. I think they are poised to rise, maybe even poised to crack the top 4. Jane Mayava at quarterback, only one interception all year. They're fine on offense, still questions on defense. If they win this game against Michigan, they will move up and they will put themselves in that position that they're going to be knocking on the door for a playoff bid. This is a huge game. And look, they had the loss to Illinois. That didn't help. Then Michigan. Don't want to be overlooking Michigan because they got a look ahead game. They got Notre Dame next. I don't know. Be very careful, USC, with this Michigan game. I'm telling you. I got Penn State at number 8. They're our biggest drop in the poll. Had them at number 4. They're number 8. Dropped them 4. They're out of the top 25. I want to hear from you. Did I drop them enough? Especially Penn State fan. Well, maybe not Penn State fan. I need a neutral opinion. Did we not drop Penn State enough down to number 8? I mean, I still think they're a pretty good football team. They just are a mess right now. Got Nebraska at number 9. I moved them up 1. Coming off that win against Michigan State. I told you we did a podcast on it. I thought that Nebraska and Michigan State was a measuring stick for both teams. So I think Nebraska is about where I think they should be. And Michigan State told me they're not there yet with Jonathan Smith and his program. And Aiden Childs took a bit of a step backward. And although not his fault, he was under tremendous pressure. His offensive line, that's how I really should have phrased it. The offensive line was doing Aiden Childs no favors in that Nebraska game. All right. And then Iowa rounding out our top 10 and coming off the bye. And I think they're appropriately ranked right there. I just moved them up 1 because I was juggling some other people around and they got pushed up 1. Let's take a look at the best of the rest. I never like to say the bottom half because we root for everybody to do well in the Big Ten, but I did knock Maryland out of our top 10, dropped them 2 places to number 11 after that loss to Washington. You know, fascinating story with Maryland. Their previous 4 games and then most of the game against Washington, they never trailed this year. Never trailed. And then they gave up that lead against Washington. It was the first time they trailed and it's the first time they lost. Michigan State, we talked about them a moment ago. I got them sitting at number 12. That's where they were the week before, by the way. They're pretty competitive against Nebraska. They just weren't as good. And at Nebraska, it was a tough deal for them. I'm comfortable with them at number 12. What say you? Minnesota. I had them at 13 last week. I'm keeping them there. Look, for these schools and this grouping, no shame to lose to Ohio State. They only scored 3 points. I was a little disappointed in that, but what are you going to do against that Buckeyes defense? So I got Minnesota holding tight at 13. Maybe I could have dropped Minnesota 1 more in order to move UCLA up another. UCLA has been in our basement for most of the season. I picked them up from 18 to number 14. They're our biggest movers in the poll. +4. Maybe I could have, because I'm sitting there thinking it through, could have gone +5. I put them at number 13. If you think beating Penn State, I should have moved them up higher. I mean, let's just tap the brakes for a minute. They're still 1-4. Let's see what they do over the next couple of weeks. We'll keep moving them up if they deserve it. Absolutely, I will. I got Rutgers sitting here. I actually dropped them 1, moving other people around. They're coming up a bye. Their defense needs to shore up, which was a little surprise for me when you talk about a Greg Schiano team. But their offense is pretty good. Probably the best offense they've had in Rutgers in a long, long time. I got Northwestern at 16. I moved them up 1. I wanted to reward them a little bit. I think they are improving a little by little each and every week. I can actually see it. Purdue, got them dropped to 17, dropped them 2, coming off their loss to Illinois. And I got Wisconsin last, guys. Dropped them 2. They weren't highly ranked before in our power rankings, but I got them sitting at number 18 now. I think they're broken. I think they're absolutely broken. I think maybe they can win their last game of the year against Minnesota. I think everything else is a loss. Look, a lot of teams lose to Michigan, so I don't want to penalize them too much, but yeah, it's not happening at Wisconsin. By the way, go back for a second. Listen, yesterday's podcast on Locked On Big Ten, I talked about, I had one more story to tell from this past weekend. I did not like Luke Fickell's game management at the end of that Michigan game. Went home with his timeouts in his pocket. I didn't care for that at all. But we did that. If you want to go back for a second, listen, Badger fan, and check that out. We did that yesterday here on Locked On Big Ten. So how we do? Are you good with where we have all of your favorite teams? Let me know. Those are our power rankings, 1 through 18. We do those every Wednesday here on Locked On Big Ten. We are here every day. We have multiple podcasts every day. All things Big Ten, news, analysis, opinion. Hit that free subscribe button down below so you never miss an episode and you know everything going on in the Big Ten right here. And if you could share, follow, and like, because I know you're a Big Ten fan if you're checking us out right now. I know you know other Big Ten fans, family members, roommates, whatever the case may be. Let them know we're out here every day. Hit that little share arrow and send this along the way so that they know that we're out here each and every day, whether it's Apple or Spotify on audio, the YouTube videos. Also, we have a website, Lockdown Big Ten. TalkBig10.com, TalkBig10.com. All of our podcasts go there. Also, links for you to buy your favorite school merchandise, shirts, hats, t-shirts from your favorite team. All right there. And we're inside of like 2.5 months till Christmas, right? Go check it out. All right. I'm going to go in detail about what our weekend plans are. We have not one, but two live podcasts on Saturday. I'll give you all the details. That's coming up here in 1 minute on Locked On Big Ten. Mazda, the craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move. They follow what moves them every time they drive, and that's what makes Mazda stand out. It's beyond the safety and the style and the performance, which they have. It's the driving experience that they can deliver, whether you're just going to a local grocery store, running errands, running the kids around, or a nice weekend getaway where you're just driving. It's the small details and the safety and the metallic accents and the Napa leather. All these details, just like an athlete, concentrates on little details to make them the best athlete. The same thing when they put together a Mazda just for you. There's more to a Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. Where's all your money at? Just in the bank? You got investments, you got 401k, you got properties. Pull it all together with Monarch Money. Monarch Money gives you right there, right before your very eyes on your device, the full picture. So now you're not leaving money or opportunities on the table. Get Monarch Money. If you are busy, and frankly, I know you are, Monarch is built for you, for busy people who've been putting off organizing your finances, and they do all the heavy lifting so you can link all your accounts in just minutes and clear data and all that right there without ever touching a spreadsheet. And your significant other or your spouse bring their finances together too with yours all in one place. You'll love it. Don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use the code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with the code LOCKEDONCollege. Here's something for you to do to make watching games even more exciting. Get in on the action as we are brought to you by Prize Picks. Every day we make decisions, but with Prize Picks, being right on those decisions can actually get you paid. Don't miss the excitement of this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. It's a lot of fun. It's a blast. You can show off in front of your friends. You pick more than or less than on player projections with 2 to 6 players, group them all together. You can say, all right, Josh Allen, more than 1 touchdown this weekend, and Saquon Barkley, more than 80 yards rushing this weekend. Put them together, for example. And if those numbers come through, you win. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code LOCKEDONCollege to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONCollege for $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right, thanks for checking us out here on Locked On Big Ten. And here's what we're going to do this weekend. We're going live, not once, but twice. I mean, we're here every day with multiple podcasts, but we go live on Saturdays after the biggest games. We're going to go live after 2 games. We're going to go live after the Indiana-Oregon game. As soon as that's over, we're going to go live. I'm going to get your immediate reaction. You get mine unfiltered right away. Then we're going to take a break. We're going to go watch that USC game hosting Michigan, and we're going to go live after that too. So check us out. Late Saturday afternoon, late Saturday night. Welcome aboard. Let's interact after these games and give each other our immediate reaction. We do this every weekend. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for making Locked On Big Ten your first listen each and every day. Every dayers out there, thank you. If you're new, hit that subscribe button down below so you never miss a single episode, and share, follow, and like if you could do that as well. Don't forget, we have a website, talkbig10.com, where our podcasts go, plus your favorite school merchandise is there too as well. Follow us on Twitter as well at TalkBig10. All right. Locked On and Fire TV presenting the college football kickoff each and every week, the ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll From Locked On Big 12, he leads the conversation with two-time AP Coach of the Year, Gary Patterson, plus former college star Jesse Holley. And then our Locked On experts all get together and they discuss all these games coming up this weekend. It's a college football preview only Locked On can do. The college football kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV. That'll do it for us. I can't wait till we meet again tomorrow. Tell your friends about us, and I'll see you tomorrow for Locked On Big Ten. I'm Craig Sheeman. We'll see you next time.